We're gonna hang with the baby for a few minutes. Yeah, we are. Hello, hello. You are looking so much better, girl. Hi. Are you needing loves? Yeah. She's so sweet. Yes, are you a sweet, crazy girl? Yeah. Yes, you are. She's like, oh, pet me. I don't know if you want to lick that hand right now. I just did dressing changes. No, we don't do that. We're not going to be a stinker. No, we're not. She gets in play mode and then wants to eat me. We'd be not. Nope. We don't bite. If we're going to bite and be mean, then I'm not going to be in here. Yeah. Hi, sweet baby. So this is her. We're scratching. Hi. Hi, Millie. We're going to be nice. There we go. That's a sweet baby. Hi. And this is why we brought her in, because of this personality right here. Yeah. Because she's a sweet baby. Yeah, you're a sweet baby. I'm gonna sit you guys right here. Right, oops. Yep. I don't know if you'll be able to hear me as well with my mic right there, but well. Let me know if it's hard to hear me. But we're hanging out with the baby. You can't see her very well. I'm sorry. Yeah, but she's sleepy. So, anyway, today's been... It's been a rough couple of days for me, just physically. We had a heat wave, and with that comes, you know, a lot of pot symptoms and stuff and whatnot. So it's been a rough couple of days. Hey, David. But thought I'd hang with the babies because I haven't really had much time with her today. Hey, hey. There we go. So we've had her for almost, I think it's 2 weeks soon. And so we've had her in here for almost 2 weeks, and she is doing really, really well as far as humans go. We are still on the slow train of but we are on the slow train of her and Leo becoming buddies. She's, you know, they right now she's very hissy. She's curious, but she's a little nervous still. So that process is much slower um than her adjusting to us. Like with me, I've been, you know, working on her outside for a few months at this point. Okay, I gotta figure out a way to set you guys up a little bit better. If I prop you on the box, what's their name? This one is Millie, and the other one is that's my cat that I've had for 6 years is Leo. Are those links? What do you mean? Oh, no, she's not a lynx. She's just a tabby. She does have really pointy ears, though, so I suspect she's got something in her. Like, she's got little tufts at the top of her ears. And so I expect there's, like, either some Mancoon or Bengal or something in there. Bengals aren't known for their tufts, but She's got a lanky body, this girl does. Um, Hope for feeling well today. I don't recognize the name because it's mostly just characters, but we are doing okay today. But Millie, my partner, named her after a couple months of her being out there. I'm like, we need a name for her, and they're like, let's name her. They suggested one of their name. I'm like, no, and then they suggested Millie, and Millie is after their grandpa's cat that passed that was a stray and things like that. So that's where her name came from, and it fits her really well. But like when I met her outside and she was coming up to us and then she was letting me pet her and purr, I'm like, okay, so this is not a completely feral cat. And, looking at her, I would guess about a year to a year and a half. And I think she's fixed because she has not had babies. You can tell by her nipples that she's not had any babies. So she was obviously just an abandoned cat. Um, and so she really started bonding with me a lot. And so we finally brought her in. And that was 2 weeks ago, as of Tuesday, I believe. And our friend took her home for the first couple of nights just because we were not properly set up yet for taking her in. We suspected fleas because when you touch her skin, she had scabs everywhere. And we just automatically assumed because she was scratching a lot that she had fleas. But I brushed her when he picked her up. I brushed her through with a flea comb, and not a single flea, dead or alive. He treated her for fleas um, that night, but she's not had a single flea, dead or alive, on her body that I have seen. And since she's been inside, those scabs have completely healed and peeled off and everything. Like you see it, like it comes out with her fur a little bit here and there, and so you'll see those lying around on the bed. Um, but feeling her, she's only got a couple of left on her like neck area, but those are almost all gone. Um, she eats like a champ. She's crazy. This is not a norm for her. Normally, she is just a playful little thing, but we got her in sleepy mode right now, which I was hoping for because I haven't gotten to spend much time with her sleepy mode. She is a snuggle bug. She comes in my lap and just sits with me and purrs and needs and all that. She's a really good girl. She's litter trained, all that. Not once has she gone in the house. Nothing. So our only issue now is just getting her caught up on any shots, and if they deem her needing to be fixed, then fix her. But I don't think she's gonna need to be fixed. But and then we're just working on her and Leo. Leo has only ever had Simon as a buddy, and he hasn't had Simon for almost a year now. So having a new cat introduced was a lot for him, and we have discovered he's not the dominant cat. Hi. He's not the dominant cat of the group. So yeah. But he is very curious about her, and he's cool with her until she hisses at him and then he hisses back and all that jazz. So yeah, but she is our little addition to our family, and we're just gonna take it slow. There's like a three there's like a 3 3 and 3 thing that they do, and I'd have to look it back up, but I want to say it's like 3 days before they um are kind of like not in fight or flight mode, and 3 weeks before they're like, okay, this is my new home, and then 3 months before they're really truly adjusted and chill. So I suspect we'll have a little bit of a road with her and Leo. Um, we did have them out both together, not last night, but the night before, for quite a while. We were in there, me and my partner were both in there monitoring just so that we could jump if anything did happen. Um, she's really easily distracted if she is growling at him. She's very easily distracted by toys and things like that. Um, We do have a little bit of unpredictableness right this second when it comes to that. When she gets growly and upset about Leo, she does tend to try to lash toward us a little bit just out of fear. Like if you try to pet her or something like that, she may kind of bite a little bit. She's only ever drawn blood once. Really? Just like that. This is what goes on a little bit. This typically is her getting ready to go into play mode. We be nice. Yeah, we be nice, baby. This is also a little bit of her probably saying, I'm done right now. You're okay. There you go. That's better. She probably doesn't like how loud I'm talking, so I'm gonna kind of quiet it down a little bit. I'm doing a lot of slow blinking with her and just sitting here and talking to her, telling her she's a good kitty and that she's safe. And she's laying back down, so she's probably like, let me be, I'm sleeping. But that's all right. I'm just gonna set my hand right here. She's got her hand on me. And I'm just gonna sit here and talk quiet and tell her you're a good girl, Millie. You're safe. We'll have a family. Yeah. Definitely eye contact gets her a little bit nervous still. But she's working on it. You know, like if I were to go toward her face right now, she'd probably try to nom me, but maybe not. There we go. But she's got a ways to go. She's been outside and not taken care of for a while. So she's got some calming down to do. I don't expect her to really be fully chill and everything for, about 3 months. So, I don't know if any of you know it, but if you follow Jackson Galaxy a lot, he talks about the slow blink a bit. And I do that with her a little bit. We have not gotten a full slow blink back yet, but we're working on it, right? No, we're not in play mode. No, we're not. Okay, yes, we are. Excuse me. Would you like me to leave you alone to sleep? You want to leave me alone? So, she messed with my hair. And now, mind you, she's not doing any of this with like full. Do you want to play? Is that your box? She's not doing any of this with her claws fully out or anything like that. She's not biting hard enough to draw blood, other than one time, which is this little spot right on my finger. She got really scared, and I unfortunately kind of had to push her a little bit past her comfort level, and she did not like that. But it was right after her and Leo had an interaction, and Leo was on the other side of the door. Hang on, I'm putting my bun back in. Leo was on the other side of the door with it slightly open, and she started smelling him and hissing. He started hissing, and then she kind of went to go like whack him. I will leave you be. And so I had to kind of intervene and pull her in, and that's when she got me. So, we're dealing with a partially feral animal, so there's going to be some, anytime you're rescuing a feral animal, there's going to be some, you know, issues here and there. But she is actually a very sweet cat and with people. Like, she's very bonded to me already, comparatively to anybody else, and it makes my partner a little sad and jealous because they want a kitty that's theirs. Because Leo is mine. I've had him for 6 years. But I will say, he absolutely adores my partner. Leo has this cute little nighttime ritual. Hey, sweet baby. He has this nighttime ritual where he climbs in bed between the two of us and demands we both pet him and acknowledge his existence, or he won't go to bed. So, see, like, she was upset. Now she's just like, oh, okay, I can chill. I think she wants to sleep, is the deal. I don't think she wants me to be in here a ton. So I'll kind of just sit a few minutes and talk. And she's going back to sleep. So she's definitely ready for sleep. Somebody's smoking weed. I can smell it. But it's a process. When you take in a pet, it's a process. And our plan, I feel bad because our plan since we moved here was a friend of our friend. I've met them through video chat. I've not actually like been there and met them. I will meet them next week. But they live on a homestead, and their cat, they had like 3 litters of kittens. So they have like 9 kittens available. And our plan was we were going to take 2 of them. And then this happened. And we had started debating taking 2 of their cats anyway, because that means all the shots, all the vet, all the neuter, spay, all that. And we're going, I don't know if we can financially afford that aspect of things. But with her, because she is a stray, we can take her in, and the Humane Society will help us. Like, we get reduced neuter and spay and stuff like that. If we were to go in there and surrender her as a neuter or as a stray, they would have to hold her for 72 hours, and then they would put her up for adoption. So we'd probably have to pay for her anyway. So we're just going to keep her for now. I do need to go get her scanned for a microchip at some point. It's just that we haven't been able to do that. Maybe on our partner's day off. But I really don't want to take her to the vet and get her all fucking worked up right this second, because she's still settling in. So I give it like in a week or so, we'll think about it. Nobody's had signs up or anything that we've seen for her. So like, our people around our apartment complex have been feeding her for a little while. So she's known around here. So yeah, it's just she's got a little ways to go. She's a traumatized baby. She's young. I will be shocked if this cat is more than a year, or like a year and a half old. She might be 2, but I don't think she's much older than that. She still has a very kitten-like personality. And she's just a sweet baby. Are you just laying there not looking at me? Millie. Kitty. Hey, sweet baby. Yeah, you're my sweet little girl. Yeah, she wants me to go, I think. So I'll let her sleep here. But, it's been an interesting journey. I've never really taken in a stray per se. What you see? She is very aware of what's on the phone, and she's already played the phone game a little bit, so she wants to play, probably. But I'm going to go ahead and, she's taking a bath. It's really funny because she looks just like our friend has a 1.5-year-old supposedly tabby, but she's not a normal tabby. She looks like she has Asa Kitty in her, and look that up if you know. But her and Millie look a lot alike. Millie is a bit bigger, and Millie has a wider face and giant ears. I think Millie either has some Bengal in her or Siamese, based on her head shape and everything. Siamese are known for kind of their big ears. They usually have longer paws, and they're really slender and tall. And she reminds me, her body style reminds me of Snitch, my Siamese that I used to have, who passed away. God, it's like 7 years ago, almost. Wow. This coming February will be 7 years. Hey, Millie baby. But we're on this journey with her, Leo's probably sitting out at the door jealous that I'm in here. He's very much so very clingy as of late. But yeah, so I'm just chilling out. coming in here, washing diapers, and I'm about to start working on cutting out some stickers for a bottle that we're working on. Um, Hopefully in the next years, like, we're working at trying to get to a point where we can sell these, but in order to sell them, we can't just buy the plain ones that are already on the market, like Rears or something, because they're astronomically expensive to sell at that point, because they cost like 25 bucks a bottle, and in order to make any profit, we'd probably have to charge 40 bucks. So we're working on talking with manufacturers, and hopefully my friend who is going into business with me wants to, they're working on a disability case through the VA, and they want to use some of the back pay type of deal for the purchase for the business. And if we can do that, it'll be awesome. So, but we are working on binkies as well right now. Oh my god, look at this baby. She's so sweet. She's so sleepies. I think I'm gonna back out and let her sleep. She's got food and water. She's all good. So I'll let her sleepies and go wrangle the other one. But anyway, yeah, we're working on binkies and bottles, and I'm so excited. We just got in the samples from the company for the binkies today, and I haven't gotten my hands on them yet. I've been using the bottle for about a week now, and I absolutely love it. All right, Millie, I'll see you later, baby girl. Good night. You're safe and you're loved. You don't gotta worry or be scared anymore. Well, she may or may not understand that, because, you know, who knows what pets understand. But I always tell her that she's a pretty baby. See, I go to leave and she's like, wait, don't go. But you're gonna sleep. Yeah. Would you like your elephant to sleep near? There you go. Yeah. Oh. There's your elephanty. Here's his ear. That may also get her ready to play. I don't know. But this is her favorite little corner over here with all her stuff. That tunnel is her buddy. She doesn't really care about that blue ball thing. But that Hot Pocket box was over on the other side of the room, and standing up, now it is a flat thing that she keeps laying on. There's her little scratching bin. There's my sewing machine. Well, actually, it's just the box. But her favorite thing is that box right there. Oh, but a sweet baby. Don't eat random shit. But yeah, it's fun, you know. I'm hoping that her and Leo can be buddies, because I think he's really missing that interaction. You know, he was a bonded cat with Simon. So, not having that. Holy fuck, he's not right here. I am shocked. Well, that's good. Pardon the running that you hear of my washing machine. I've got to locate my pair of scissors. There they are. I have to get my other box here at some point. We're gonna go cut stuff out for bottles. I would show you the one, but it's currently dirty. I had some chocolate milk last night, and it needs to be washed. Scoot this over. I need to wash that mug as well. Oh, you guys want to see? I'm gonna plug my awesome friend that we live near here. But, 'cause, 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 when we one of his hobbies is making tumblers, and he does some in a really different way, but this is one of them. It's it's not flat like most of them are. As you can see there, there's some texture to it. I love this cup. It's awesome. I use it every day for coffee, and I have a similar colored one that's for water. One second, I gotta type a thing. But anyway, so with the bottle, we've only got two of them. We've got one that's kind of like a teal bluish color, and then we've got one that's pink. So we're kind of doing a little bit of a boy girl one that I'm gonna show people like what type of thing we can do with it. So I figured for the boy one, we're gonna go dinosaurs, and this the coloring goes really well with the teal. And then obviously for the girl one, we're gonna do some Squishmallows. And then I have just some other stickers printed for me and my partner, like Littlefoot for me. Um, so I get to cut all these out because normally I would just use my Cricut, but I have to print these at my friend's house because I don't currently have a printer. I'm working on that. Um, but I don't. When you do a print and cut on your Cricut, you have to kind of instantly cut it because it saves the. Like when you print the image, it sets it up in a certain way, and it's not always the same. So, printing it while I'm there, I have to come home and hand cut them, which is also okay because I actually sometimes prefer. Hang on, I'm trying to get situated in my bed again. I sometimes prefer cutting them out myself just because the Cricut is not always the most accurate. So, also, I need to really quick clean up my tube because it's hurting because there's a bunch of stomach acid around it right now. So, we're going to fix that little problem. I have a special. Oh, this is the other reason I'm doing the dinosaur. I'm gonna go ahead and mute myself over here. I have a binky with the dinosaur theme. So that's one reason for the dinosaur bottle is so it matches. But we have, for those of you who don't know, I am a system. And we have a very young one in our system. He is our resident bottle enthusiast. And so we kind of typically go off of his preferences when it comes to like the bottles and the binkies and stuff. Because he's a picky little baby. But he very much so is in love with this bottle. Outside of it's slightly fast for him. But sorry, you guys are up there because I have to move my shirt a bit. Okay. I have this powder that is good for protecting the skin In my case of my feeding tube, it helps to absorb the acid and kind of neutralize it a little bit. This particular brand, not as great at the neutralization part. But it's better than nothing, because if it's nothing, it just burns your skin. And you will basically have an acid burn on your belly at all times, and it's horrible. So, get my tube doing its thing again. Alright. Currently, I'm not hooked up to my feed because it finished, kind of, and I needed a break for a little bit. I'll get it going here again soon. But, yeah. I had ice cream for lunch today. Ice cream and soda. It's not often that I have that. I don't often have soda and ice cream, so it's a nice little treat. I'm not a huge ice cream fanatic in the first place, but yeah, so we've got these to cut out. The axolotls are not for the bottle. And then we got some more. These are just stickers for me and my partner that we wanted. So, yeah. Oh, that one got too close. Whoopsies. Oh well. I forgot to outset these. That's why. Okay. I forgot to do a thing. I'm a ding ding. It's alright. They still will be fine. My other partner is in a Discord. She ended up getting offline. Probably because our Discord is weird, but that's okay. Alright. I'm kind of annoyed that I cut these out wonky, but oh well. Or that I didn't do the offset thing. When I do an offset, I just put a little white border around it, and it helps the Cricut kind of space them better. But this one, which was for me, is a little bit closer than I would like. But oh well. We'll have a little teeny border. I kind of want to get the flexible resin and try to put some resin on these because it will make that. It'll also make them like a puffy sticker. So I just kind of do the dirty cutting first, and then I'll fussy cut after that. There we go. Alrighty. The Squishmallows are going to be easy to cut out because they're like all easy shape. I've been so sad because my poor sewing machine is having problems. Borrowed a friend's sewing machine to see, like, because I'm trying to figure out if my machine's like actually having an issue or if I'm just being insane. So I borrowed their machine for a couple days. Because they haven't had it running in a while. So it's going to need to be oiled and all that jazz. Anyway. But We're going to see how it does. The one I'm most sad about is my serger. My serger is not working at all. It's seized up, and the typical ways of unseizing it did not work. So it's going to have to get serviced. And that's not cheap. So, oh shit, I left my stoma powder open. So I am really upset by that because that's what I use to do my diapers primarily. And it's really hard doing the diaper inserts on the sewing machine. So, yeah, not too happy about that aspect of things. But hopefully in the next couple of paychecks we can get it in to get it serviced, because it's a huge part of me being able to sew diapers. It takes me 4 or 5 times as long to do it on the sewing machine. So, excuse me. But yeah, so that's just kind of what I'm going to do for a while. I'm probably going to go ahead and go and watch a show while I do this, because you know, it's kind of what I tend to do when I'm doing this type of deal, and it's going to take a pretty decent amount of time to cut all this out. There's all the ones for... I accidentally printed it backwards the first time, so that's why that's there. But those are all for one of the bottles, I think. Hopefully it's enough, or not too much. We'll see. But yeah. Alright, guys. I am going to go ahead and head off, I think, and situate myself in a comfy position and work on this project for a little bit. Hopefully tomorrow I can start putting the bottle together a little bit, but we'll see. I printed extra. I don't think all of these dinosaur ones will go on this bottle, but either way, gonna cut them all out and have fun with that. My hand will probably be very sore. But alright, guys, I will see you another day. Hope you all have an awesome evening. Thank you for hanging out, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye, guys.